So
Well, we're
he,
meat-based, so.
yeah. So he called me up and he was like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he called me because he was like texting me and stuff. But he said, hey, you should look up Michaela Peterson on Joe Rogan and watch that interview because you're like allergic to almost everything. And he goes, I think it would help you. And I was like, what is it? And he was like, carnivore. And I was like, all meat? What do you mean all meat? That sounds dangerous. And then he was like, yeah, and it's like butter and salt. And I was like, these are the things we're not supposed to eat. What do you mean? And so he said, listen, do whatever you want, but just go watch the interview. So it was before bed. And I watched the 26-minute interview and it started to really resonate with me. And so I spent the next 7 days, 60 hours of research, just going down the rabbit hole, looking at Dr. Ken Berry, Kelly Hogan, Sean Baker, all the doctors, all the experts who were talking about how it was a really sustainable, healthy way to live. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to go all in. But I was telling my husband about it and he was like, that sounds terrible. Because that's what we've been told our entire lives, that red meat's bad for you. So I told him, I was like, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to, I just have to focus on 18. I have to focus on 21 days. I heard that it takes 21 days for you to transition fuel sources and get through the detox or the keto flu or whatever. So when I started, it was awful. I usually go through a healing crisis or a detox or something awful. And so I prepared myself for it. But then I became so ill that I could hardly hold my head up. Like I was walking dogs and I could hardly walk. My husband was like, I think this might kill you. You need to stop. And I was like, no, no, no. I am getting close. It's like 15 days. I need to make it to 21 days. And he was like, are you sure you know what you're talking about? I don't know if you know what you're talking about. And I was like, look, that's what all these people said. So on day 18, I woke up, still didn't feel good. And then as the day progressed, I started to be able to think clearer. And like I felt like my brain came online and I could stand up straight and I had energy. So I was like, okay, the magic happened a couple of days early. So this is cool. So I did carnivore because I needed to figure out what was happening, but also I have a histamine intolerance to everything. And it's crazy because I could only eat one type of burger patty and it seems to be flash frozen. And if I eat ribeyes, I was eating ribeyes, but now if I eat ribeyes, I start swelling up. So I went on the Lion diet, Thomas. I went on the Lion diet from January 1 to January 30th. And then I had Kelly Hogan's ice cream, carnivore ice cream. I got really sick. And I was like, well, that was a bad idea. And then I started back on February 1st. I did it till about 2 days ago. I decided to reintroduce egg yolks, coffee, and butter all at the same time, and I'm good. Nothing happened. So hopefully something switched and something healed because usually I'd have acne and, a bunch of things going on. So, yeah. Does that answer the question?
I'm sure it does. Yeah. Only Aaron can really answer if it answers it for her. But
yeah.
Yeah. So let me see if there's any other questions. And then, welcome in some other guests that have come in. So far, we have about 17 people viewing. So it goes on and off, So we have Kathy B here. So that's good that you want to be here, because we want you to be here, right? And then Facebook did not work out, unfortunately. I'm still doing the twinks on it, the kinks and stuff like that. So maybe next one, but that's okay, I mean, everybody that would be on Facebook is here now, so that's good. And but we did get a few people that are watching from Instagram. So
I'm live on my channel too.
Yes, I saw that.
Yay!
Let me know who's watching on your channel. But we have Fitness Beyond Time has joined, and I'm not sure who that is exactly, but I know he's somebody I watch on Instagram. And then we have Boston Carnivore, which is Diane Ladd. And we have Terry B, Teresa, that's on here right now. So if I look like I'm kind of looking around, it's because I'm in a tab. So it's not because I'm I have some kind of brain problem or anything like that. So just so you guys know.
I'm looking to the side because my phone's over here. I'm trying to figure some things out. Let's see.
And we have somebody, I'm going to guess anybody I don't really recognize 100%. to be from your channel. And that's sort of why we do it this way, because, you know, you're being introduced to people that are mostly on my channel, and
Yep.
I'm being introduced to people that are on your channel, and hopefully
Perfect.
it will help us increase our subscription rates and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what we want to do.
That's the whole point, you know. And Lou Tito is here,
Hello.
my president moderator. So
Awesome.
so he's here, so we might see some unexpected things happen now that he's here. But
he's always fun.
actually, I do recognize the name. I'm sorry. I forgot that you changed your thing, Leanne and Pets. I always never know how to pronounce it looks like Lyanne, but it could be Leanne for all I know, you know. So she's supposed to be on my channel in a couple of weeks, so she can slap me if she needs to. That's fine, you know. It's not the first time I've ever been slapped by somebody. So
No.
to everybody, you know, if you have a question, ask the question. I pinned that on the top too of the StreamYard. And the Facebook, but unfortunately, like I said, Facebook did not post the video. It posted live. So every once in a while, we'll check on Instagram and see where it's at. Right now, it's not really moving, but Facebook, YouTube is definitely moving, and we got John Together Strong here. So thank you guys for coming in. Any particular people you have on your channel besides Brazen Bold
Her
Wellness?
name's yeah, Brazen and Bold Wellness.
Okay. And who is she?
She is a coach that I'm friends with, and we met at Hack Your Health, and we've been planning to do an interview. So she got on my podcast interview today. I did the interview, and it's going to go out in a few weeks, but we're planning on doing some really cool things. We're going to go live on Instagram, and we're also planning to possibly drive to Hack Your Health in November together, because she lives in North Carolina. So,
and I don't know if you see it on the screen, but we got Coach Angela Mullins here.
Cool. Hi.
Your neighbor.
Awesome.
And we got Uncle Charlie here. Yeah, I'm hoping I did pay for the ticket to go to Hack Your Health. So
I know you did. I heard you say that.
Unfortunately, though, while this whole thing's going on with finding a roommate and everything like that, so I can't save. So all my money is being used for my bills and stuff like that. So until I have the confidence of starting to be able to save, it's like sort of like up in the air. So
I haven't even bought a ticket yet. So
yeah, I mean, I did buy the ticket, but it's just for airfare and stuff like that. I'm having a hard time right now, but hopefully I can get that roommate and start putting money away to do, you know, because I think it'd be worth it.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'd never been before, so yeah.
So I definitely want to do it, and I definitely want to help out the different people that, you know, like Healing Humanity, or actually I'll help out all three of the memberships I'm part of.
Yeah.
You know, I just hope and pray they don't have me like help them out in one day. Like we all need you to help.
Yeah, help everywhere. Be in 3 places at one time.
Okay, so we got a person in here that I don't know if you've ever seen this person or not, but he asks questions that are sort of like controversial.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'll show it, let other people see it. His name's John Studd, and he goes, how come you, Larry, and Cassie can't lose? He's not talking about you. I know he's not talking about you. He's talking about me. Lose any weight. Do you guys eat carbs and sugar and candy when camera's off? I've already told what I do. Sometimes I do go off the wagon. I'm not going to lie, but you know, it's nothing. Like most of the time, if I have something, it's because my sugars went really, really low.
Yeah.
You know, like under 50, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, we all have our different stories and everything like that, but
people aren't perfect.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't know. No offense, John, but yeah. I don't worry about what you say. I'm more worried about you. It's like that crazy uncle that just says the weirdest things out of nowhere.
You're like, okay, I'm not sure what to say. So interesting. Someone said he didn't stick around to hear the answer.
He never does. He says these questions, and then,
It's wild.
yeah, it's so
Healing is a long journey. That's what Brazen Bold Wellness said.
it
Yep.
is. It is. It takes longer. Like, well, I mean, I always say the concept that I've damaged. I can only talk for myself, but I think it kind of goes with everybody. I've been eating the bad foods for a long time, since I was a kid, and almost over 40 years of damage, technically over 50 years of damage, I've done to my body. It's not going to heal and be 100% perfect overnight.
But it will heal.
Yeah. And, what's the definition of perfect anyway? It's
Perfect is not
it's
real.
just the journey,
Yeah.
Perfection to me is the ongoing journey that you go on, that because I mean, like, even Carrie Mann will tell you, like, when you think that when you're at your best, you find out that you're even better the next day, or next month. And that's what, to me, is the journey's all about. It's just getting better and better. And sometimes like when you pull back the rubber band to go further out, sometimes you got to pull it back, So, yeah, I mean, there's some things, like found that I gained 10 pounds and stuff, and I did go up, but, you get back on track, and you just keep on trucking, keep on going.
That's right.
And,
it's probably not weight, though, Thomas.
If I can see him at all. I see you. If you mean the actual person, no. I mean, what, do you like in spandex or something? Like, no, I can't see him.
Maybe he was just saying different things and you haven't read them.
Oh, maybe. Lewis, if you're still here, if you see anything, yeah, I saw the part where you saying that John Studd, get a life, idiot. I saw that. And Spanky, how do you know that this is in his life? And then I won't put down what Uncle Charlie just said.
Yeah, I saw something a little earlier that was interesting. You probably wouldn't repeat. Yeah.
I will go through and see. Interesting. Okay.
Hi, retired Rick.
Hey, Rick, how you doing? Oh, Spanky is here. I think I am. Hope my messages are coming through. Yes, your messages are coming through. Yeah, I don't always post them on top. Then he's asking if he's chopped liver. No, that's why I announced you. Doing. How are the kitties? I don't know. I don't have any kitties.
I have 2.
Okay, well, how are your kitties?
They're fine. Troublemakers.
Yeah. Are they young or?
I have a 10-year-old cat. His name's Scarface. He's black and white, long-haired. And then I have a kitten in the basement that one of my dogs grabbed outside, and now she's mine. Her name's Gracie, and she's a little wild, but she's more wild towards me. My husband will come home and she'll just go sit on him and everything. She attacks me. She like tears my pants up and bites me, and I'm like, oh gosh, I feed you. Stop it.
Wow. And then Spanky says, good point. He's maybe a professional idiot. You're doing a good job at it. Some of these people, if they're making a career out of it, like all these what you call trolls, that come in, I mean, in a way, for him to keep on going into places, do these weird things, and then go out quickly. See, he's back now.
So let me talk about the 10 pounds for a minute.
Okay.
Thomas, you can gain fluid and it can be 10 pounds of fluid, inflammation. So don't worry.
I'm not.
And nobody's perfect and everybody has something going on. They may pretend they don't, but most people have something going on that they're dealing with, and no one's perfect. So must be nice to be a person who can come in and criticize people that he doesn't even really know. You
Yeah.
can't know people just from watching them on YouTube,
Yeah, I know, really.
you know?
Like, how much do
So,
we know any of us, you know? It's yeah, that's a good point, you know?
you know,
That's a good point. So he came back. So obviously he's still watching. So, you know, he came back and said, and I'm thinking this is what you're responding to. Why would you cheat and gain 10 pounds after losing 5 toes to a self-inflicted eating crap? I didn't want to say the S word.
yeah. So, yeah, I wouldn't give any more attention to it.
Yeah.
It's not very nice to come in and just be stirring up things.
Yeah.
Humans we all got stuff going on,
And you
and
know,
we're all imperfect.
and I want to say this on a YouTube level, okay? I'm finding him to be a compliment, even if he doesn't want to be.
Oh,
Because, well, think about it for 1 second. You know, they say that you do not really show success until there's a couple people that give you bad comments and bad,
oh, that's pretty
you
good.
know,
That's a nice way to look
until
at it.
you get that troll. And he's technically my first stalking troll, you know?
Wow.
So, you know, so thank you for helping me make me move up in the YouTube world, because that shows that shows that I'm doing something right, right?
Yeah, you're
You know?
showing up. You're being consistent.
Yeah.
You're
I
telling
mean,
your story.
look at, you know, look at Carrie. Look at I mean, I'm sure Bella has her share, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Dr. Kiltz is totally rampaged with, you know, trolls and stuff like that. You know, Spanky just said, "Oh, congrats, Thomas! You're doing an awesome job. Thank you." So, I mean, keep the comments coming, John. You know, all you're going to do is get more comments from other people that are into. So, Terry P says, "Sorry, I'm late, Thomas." To me, there's no such thing as being late to the party. Just
Yeah,
the
that's
fact
right.
you're here is more than enough, and we're up to 28 people viewing. So, didn't I tell you that we're
Boom.
going to have more people?
I want to get my Instagram hooked up, but I guess it's a live. It'll go live on Instagram.
Yeah.
I think I have live
I'm
now.
not
I just
sure
don't know
how,
how to
like,
get that.
I have it live for people that you know, the Instagram part is more for people that I grew up with. Just
Mhm.
so then, you know, people like my family and stuff like that. Like a couple weeks ago, my niece actually went onto the Instagram. So
Oh,
that
that's cool.
yeah. Yeah. Well, she's in one of my lives, like on like if you look at my first live ever, you'll see my niece.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny how John kind of, you know, how he's kind of, well, we're assuming it's a he because his name's John, but
Right.
and you know, how many females like call themselves stud, you know?
That's so true. Good one.
So, all right, so you were telling us like 2010, you know, of like how you became carnivore and everything.
Yeah.
But what led you to hmm, actually that probably led you to. I'm trying to think of the right question. Uh I'm not very good at questions. That's why I usually have guests that ask them.
I think you're really good at all the things you do.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Um well, I mean, obviously, even before 2010, you had probably other things that have happened to
Oh,
you.
yeah, for sure. So I actually just found what I need. Hold on one second. Pop it
Okay.
in here. You're teaching me so many things right now. Good stuff.
And here's a cup I always show, but I don't know if anybody's ever read it. This is a cup my sister got me when I was actually sick in the hospital.
Mhm.
So I always show it like in Zoom calls and stuff like that. I don't know if anybody's ever read it or not, but that's it right there.
Yes, life is tough, but so are you.
So that goes with everybody. And
Says
Aaron,
I'm
in case you're
live.
wondering, I am wearing your sweatshirt. So,
I'm live on Instagram.
are you?
Yeah.
That's cool. Ah, yeah, I see it. Wow.
I can't believe that. I tried to do that. They've done something to make it easier. So, what you were asking me, so let me tell this story. I have to be careful how I say this. Okay. So, from the time I was 12 years old until I was 49 years old, I had a very complicated relationship with food, my body, and exercise. And so, I learned at a young age that you can cope with food and numb out when you got crazy stuff going on. And it was a bad thing to learn, but I learned it. And then it just became so wired into my brain that it was my norm. And then as life went on, I learned that if you exercised a lot, you could try to balance this chaos out. And so I dealt with that, and I really didn't like myself. And I'm a very friendly person, I think. And so I didn't like being around people. I didn't like having my picture taken. I didn't like just being around other people because it was very stressful to me because I kept thinking they were judging me and they were thinking a certain way about me. And then I realized that everybody has their own stuff going on. And it's none of my business what people think about me. And they really don't care. They're not even like in my world. So I dealt with that for 33 years. And then in 2019, I hired a coach. I didn't know anything about coaching, but I hired a coach and she helped me to see that I could rewire my brain, which is neuroplasticity. And it's work. Whenever you're trying to do something, especially Thomas, with what you got going on, whenever you're trying to heal something or whenever you're trying to do something different and like make a U-turn and go in a different direction, it's work because you've got to like go against everything that's normal and familiar to your brain and to your body, and you're trying to teach it something new. So it's not easy, but it is possible. But it's just about, like, how hard do you want to work? What do you want to give up to get better? What do you want to do differently to get the life that you want? And so I was sick for a long time and I dealt with a lot of things. And I think a lot of women get stuck there and they think that they're just stuck and it's not possible to change. But in reality, it's not that hard to change. You just have to commit. You have to have a really strong why. And then you have to go in a different direction. And so my friend told me about carnivore. I started carnivore. Now I haven't done it perfectly. Have I gone backwards? Yep. Have I gained weight back? Yep. It happens. And the reality is that when you realize that you can change and you can go back to what you were doing right before that mistake, you just go back and you go, oh, that's data. I'm going to do something, different. I'm going to go back to what I was doing before. I'm going to keep working on that. And it's just been a journey, and I've learned a lot about adrenals and cortisol and, thyroid function and histamine because I have a histamine intolerance. I don't want to keep claiming that. That's the last time I'm going to say that. But I do have weird things that happen. So I'm just mindful. And I've just noticed that I'm not fixated on it anymore. And when you're not fixated on it, you can actually get better. Like you can actually make a new path for yourself. But if you're stuck in negativity, if you're stuck in believing that this is your plight in life and that you're stuck, that's pretty much where you're going to stay because your brain does whatever you tell it repeatedly. And I have found that, and with working with clients, I teach them, look, whatever you tell yourself every day, so be it. So
Right.
if you don't like what you got, you need to change what you're telling yourself, what you're thinking, what you're writing down, and what you're saying out loud. Your brain's like, bam, they just repeated that over and over and over again. I'm going to automate that because that's what your brain does for you to make your life better. So when it automates it, it's pretty much stuck until you decide, I'm going to do something different. I'm not stuck. I have possibilities and opportunities and I'm going to take them. So what you think?
No, I totally agree. I totally agree with that. I'm not gonna lie. I've been reading some of the comments in the chat still at the same time, but yeah, no, I totally agree with that assessment. So your channel, if I remember correctly, it's My Carnivore Lifestyle,
And it's got
and
dots. So my.carnivore.lifestyle. Yes.
um, and it says basically for women. So you mostly focus on women's health, correct?
So basically, I opened it up. Recently, I've been in this local business group, and it's like a bunch of businesses that network. And so on my podcast, it says Carnivore Lifestyle for Women. That's where I niched down. Can I help men? Sure. Do they have to be very serious to work with me? Sure. I don't just work with everybody because not everybody's committed and ready to make change, but I can work with men, and I just don't have it on all of my platforms because I had to niche down. That's a thing, you know.
And even if you were just working with women, that'd be fine because we, that's like we all have our niches, right?
Mhm.
So that's not I mean, that's, to me, it's a good thing. We all have our things that we think are the best things to do, and I guess my niche would be diabetes,
Mhm.
or even amputations, I guess. Even though there's many people have had worse amputations than I mean, losing my toes is huge. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I will not downgrade it, but losing a whole leg is probably a lot worse.
Mhm.
But
But yeah, it seems like diabetes is yours because diabetes can lead to amputation.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's never the other way around.
that's right.
So I think Lewis kicked off Mr. Stud.
Oh, okay.
I think, I don't know. He said bye Stud. So to me, that's
Maybe
like,
he's not telling us by. I think he's telling the person that's been
well,
in
that's what
here
I'm saying.
harassing you.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Hopefully,
bye.
can you like boot people out? Can you block
He
them?
can. Yeah,
I
he's one
mean,
of
if
my
you want
moderators.
to.
He's one of my moderators. So yeah, he has the power to,
So he
when you're a
can't. Oh,
moderator,
so
you
he's
have that
saying he
power.
did kick him out. Is that what he's saying?
That's what I'm getting from it.
I
Yeah.
hope so. Yeah, I hear you got to block
He
fast.
put him in timeout.
Oh,
He put him in timeout. So thank you, Lewis. I appreciate that.
great. I need to learn how to do that.
Yeah. 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 If you're ever a moderator, you can do that on anybody's if you're a moderator, you can do that on anybody's channel. Like
Okay.
I can do it. Me and Lewis can do it on Kilt's channel if we wanted to. Like if somebody said something bad in the morning,
Yeah.
we can time them out,
Well, I actually am going live for the very first time on Sunday at 4 p.m. Okay.
Well, I will make sure to try to watch that.
Okay.
Hopefully I'll get a notification.
Okay.
But I'll look
So,
for it.
John, thank you for this question. So, I have been into holistic mindset for forever. And like when I had my children, which they are 24 and 29, I actually was not very keen on all of the vaccines or all of the things that they're required to have when they're children. And so I was never quite up to date on all of that. And then I homeschooled my kids. So I've been on the outer skirts of, listening to medical doctors. I will say that Dr. Barry and Dr. Sean Baker and all they're doctors, but they have a different perspective. So I had been looking for a long time to figure out what was going on with my health and why I couldn't figure out certain things. And I would go to all the different doctors and none of them would help me. So, I was kind of like in my own place where I had to just figure it out. And I was trying lots of things back when my friend called me and said, "Oh, I have to tell you." So my friend who was plant-based vegan, he's the one who told me about it. And guess what? He's carnivore now.
Well, that's good. It's always good when you can get somebody.
I didn't make him. He did it on his own. He lives in California.
Like how satisfying is that when it's just through your inspiration, basically, that convinces people to at least try it, right? So I wish I could do, like, I have so many people go to me like, "Oh, you're doing so good. You're doing really, really well. What's carnivore?" And you tell them, and I'm like, no, I can never do that. I don't want to do carnivore. I mean, like, I got a little upset, like a little disappointed when my roommate didn't want to do it. And now he's permanently in a home. So, it's like you kind of wish that they would actually be inspired for at least a month.
They won't. They won't. So my entire family is like, I've always been the crazy one. I've always been the one that's doing the weird thing.
Right.
But I'm looking at all of my friends and family who think I'm crazy, and I'm like, they got a whole lot of stuff going on over there. They can keep their stuff and tell me I'm crazy while they're holding a donut or a cookie or a candy bar, telling me I'm the crazy one. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't think so. So I went into this. All right. So we had a flood in our basement like a month ago, and it just rained so hard that water came under the door, came into the house. So I'm standing there thinking, oh my gosh, I don't want to. I kept telling my husband, I'm not fixing this. I'm not doing it. And he was like, oh, come on. So we called and got a local place to come. They got here in 2 hours. They clean it all up. They leave. So I had to go over there and pay them today. So I stop in, and I don't know what possessed me to do it, but I have business cards in the car. And so I grabbed a business card because I knew I had to meet with the lady, and I had to go in. So I go in, her puppy meets me at the door, and he's, just like sniffing me up. So I go in there and I try to hand the check to the guy, and he was like, no, give it to her. So I gave it to her with my business card. So she looks at my business card, she flips it over, and she goes, oh, you're a meatovore. I said, hey, I think that it is the solution to everything in life. Have a great day. You just got to have a good attitude.
Yeah.
I mean, people sitting there dealing with like lots of health issues, closed-minded, overweight, whatever. You just got to smile, share, and leave. Just let it go. I think we missed some comments.
Yeah, we did. I actually started one of them right now. What is your full day of eating from morning to night?
Okay, so carnivore police officer. I actually eat burger patties, but here's my new day. So I'm kind of excited. I came off the Lion Diet like a couple of days ago. So I get up in the morning. Overnight, I'll have my butter sit out so I drink out of these. I have a friend who inspired me. I went to her house, and she was drinking out of mason jars, and I was like, cool, I'm gonna do that. So basically I have a mason jar. I put 3 tablespoons of butter in it. I put some electrolytes. I have these liquid electrolytes, and then a big heaping spoonful of salt. So put that in there. And then in the morning, I wait till about 8:30, and then I have a glass kettle. So I heat up my glass. It's just been sitting there. I've been looking at it for like 2.5 months. And I'm like, am I going to use that again? Do I need to get rid of that? So anyway, I start that, and then I go walk my dogs. I just put it like on medium, and I go walk my dogs. And then I come back in, and I make French press. I just have a French press with coffee in it. I just put like 1 heaping scoop in there. Then I fill it up with a lot of water because I like to have a lot of coffee, and it's decaf. And then I sip on that for probably like 30 or 40 minutes. And then for lunch, I have 2 egg yolks, and they're runny egg yolks. I can't eat egg whites. So I make boiled eggs, and I boil them for 6 minutes, and then I put them in an ice bath so that I can get the yolks to be runny. They're just solid around the edges. And so I give the whites to my dogs because I can eat them. And then I put 2 egg yolks, and I smash them, and they go all over my burger patties. And then I put a little bit of tallow on there and some salt. That's lunch and dinner. So I'm very basic because I've tried other things like chicken and pork and turkey and just even ribeyes or anything else, and it didn't agree with me. So burger patties it is.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I like my burger patties, and like you can't always do the steaks. I mean,
yeah, I bought my husband some steaks. Now I did buy a Kroger. It was in Sam's. So I bought 2 big ribeyes that are super fatty, and they were like $36. So that's pretty good for the prices lately. And then I'm going to try to eat one of them and see what happens. It's just one of those trial and error things. So we'll see what happens. Okay. And I eat by 4. So I actually have my burger patty right here. I haven't finished, but I don't want to eat in front of y'all. But so I usually eat by 4, and then I don't have anything until morning, but I just drink 4 quart size, which is only like 24 ounces, even though they say a quart is 32 ounces. 32 ounces is to the top of the neck. So you can't walk around with that. It would spill. So I do 24 ounces. So I drink like 4 of those a day.
Oh,
Yep.
that's still pretty good. That's still pretty good. All right. So you got one compliment in here,
Okay.
which is not that shocking. You don't look that old to have kids in their 20s.
Yes, I'm 52. Yeah, I'm 52.
Yeah, you're a little over a year younger than me.
Yeah. I'm going to be 53 in July.
Okay. I'm gonna
And
be
my carniversary, my 3-year carniversary is April 14th. That's way more important than my birthday, honestly.
Yeah, I know, really.
Let's just say.
Mine's July 1st. Yeah, January 1st. I was right the first time.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, you're a New Year's baby.
What day in July is your
July
birthday?
21st.
That's my niece's birthday.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, so exact day.
That's
July
awesome.
21st, 2004.
Yeah.
My nephew's birthday is the easiest to remember. His was March 4th, 2007.
Oh,
So if you're any good at math, right,
yeah.
like you can't miss it, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so okay, so I'm just
Oh,
like,
no, I'm not eating in front of y'all.
if you were, that would be fine. So just to follow up with carnivore police officer, what about ribs?
Mm-mm.
No,
I've never tried ribs. I don't
Okay.
even know anything about it. I just know that Dr. Bright talks about making meat cookies from it, but I don't know how to do that either.
From ribs?
Well, she cooks them in like a I don't know if it's a slow cooker. I'm not sure what pressure cooker maybe. I don't know. But then she separates everything out and then yeah, I don't know. But it seemed complicated to me, so I never did it. But I've had that recipe for like
I mean,
ever.
I make meat cookies from hamburger,
Yeah, no,
never
she
from
makes
ribs. Because how
yeah,
do you
it's
do those
just she
bones?
pulls the bones out and then she just does something. I don't know. Seemed complicated to me, so I didn't do it.
Yeah, probably a lot easier to do it from the burger patties
Well,
because
I heard
they
Bella,
already look like a cookie.
right? Well, I had Bella on my podcast recently and she said
Right.
on my YouTube channel too. And so she talked about just like cooking your ground beef and then putting it in the fridge and letting it harden and then just pulling pieces out. And that's like a meat cookie. And I was like, that sounds good. I just
Yeah,
don't eat. I don't
I
eat that.
have to admit, I saw that, and I'm a little jealous, because I'm part of her thing, and I've asked her like 1,000 times to be on here.
Well, I had a little bit
So
of help.
you must have like had some kind of.
Well, so what happened was I closed the blinds and now it's like too much. So I basically I know Dr. Bright, okay? And so I'm at Carnivore, I'm at Hack Your Health and Dr. Bright walks in and I hadn't met her in person. So and I'd known her for like 2.5 years. So I walked over and of course I saw Bella standing there, but she was a little scary. So she's very beautiful and tall and just a lot. She's just amazing. So I saw Dr. Bright and I walked over and I was so excited. So she hugged and then we chatted and I was like, I'd love to have you on my podcast. And she was like, yes, which she was on my podcast. And then I told her I would love to ask Bella. She goes, oh, come on. And she took me over there and she said, Bella, this is Christina. Christina, this is Bella. And so she said, yeah, I'd love to help you. So she was on, but it took a while to get it because that was November. Yeah, but we got it done.
And don't get me wrong, I'm fine. I'm fine with it because I always just figured Bella's just a really busy person.
She is, and they just bought a house, and yeah,
Well, she just got. She's hasn't been married for that long, maybe a
yeah,
year.
yeah.
So let me go over to the start. I start a few things. So,
Okay.
So Terry P. Let me just check Instagram real quick and see if any new. Now, I'm not really getting too much on Instagram. I don't know about you, but I haven't really gotten too many. Terry P. Let me show it. Are you a middle child, Christina? Because I feel same about being the crazy one.
I am a middle child. What? How is that a thing? I did not know that was a thing. Oh my gosh.
See, I'm not a middle child, but I feel crazy all the time.
I'm the crazy one. I am the black sheep. I have always been the crazy one. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to be proud to be the crazy one. And then the right people will come to me for help. Instead of me chasing after people I love and trying to save them, I'm just going to help the ones who come to me, which it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
And Kelly Broken Carnivore is here.
Well, we have the same birthday. That's cool.
Yes, I figure you like to
Is
see
your
that.
birthday, but your carniversary is July. Oh, that's super cool that it's so close together.
So obviously he went carnivore right after his birthday. So that way he could eat his cake and have his cake and eat it
Is
too.
Kelly a girl or a guy?
Kelly Broken, he's a guy.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, he
I'm
has,
glad you know.
well, yeah. I mean, I've met him. He's been on with like Mitch and everything. So he was on
I
my
don't
show.
know Mitch. Who is Mitch?
Old guy carnivore. You don't know Mitch?
Oh, I don't know him. How do I find out more
Please,
about
please,
him?
people forgive her for she
I
knows.
need to learn. I need to grow and I need to like meet some new people.
And then I had a couple of questions I accidentally took off the starring, so I had to go back and look for
Okay.
them. But this is from John Together Strong. Christina, do you incorporate any breath work or stress relief practices to help lower cortisol?
Okay.
Like early morning sun and stuff like that.
Yeah, see sun walking and other so here's what I do. And my cortisol issues were already before 2024. And then I took my dad to Mexico for cancer treatments. And so I live in Virginia on the East Coast. And I went and stayed in Mexico and Tijuana, which my dad gets on me if I say it wrong. So go down there and we were there for 30 days. So I was living 3 hours earlier and having to live a totally different schedule in life. And that threw my cortisol out the window pretty much. So I learned something called first light. So it's before the sun actually comes up. I go outside. I love to walk my yard. I have a pedometer, y'all. It's old school. Look. So I have this pedometer and my goal, and I got some work to do, but my goal is to do, can you see it's 5893.
Okay.
10,000 steps a day. I just started doing that recently, but so I love to ground and I love to walk the backyard and be barefoot to ground and be in the sunlight. So there's 5 different times a day that is very powerful for your health and for cortisol. And that is first light, which is before the sun actually comes up, and then UVA rise, which is I think around 8:30 right now on the East Coast. And then there is UVB rise. These are healing times to be out in the sun. And then there's solar noon, which is now about I think it's like 1:20 in the afternoon. It was like around noon or 12:30. And then there's sunset. And sunset, you want to go out there before the sun goes down, and your mitochondria actually recognize the sun going down, and it tells your mitochondria. So you don't want to stare at your phone or your computer or your TV or any of these tablets or smartwatches or any of that stuff. You want to protect your eyes. So I have these awesome Bond Charge. So I do videos. I'll do my lives with these on.
Oh yeah, I love
And I also have an iris that you can get for your computer that will turn the screen red. I keep my phone on red all the time, and people are like, "What's wrong with your phone?" I'm like, "It's blocking the blue light. I just need to keep myself safe." So I do that. I also, yes, breath work is good. I don't do that as much as I used to. And where's that comment? I can't see. I know there was one more thing. I don't know where the comment was. You moved it.
There.
Yeah, I can't.
Oh yeah, no, it's right here. Okay. It's one about the breath work.
Yeah, so sun, walking, stress relief. You got to set boundaries in your life. I had to learn that one. Once you set boundaries and you stick to them, you can really lower your cortisol.
Okay. So your neighbor asks, would the histamines increase after cooking and setting in the fridge?
So I can actually eat stuff that's been set in the fridge now, but when I first started, it was a nightmare. Yeah, histamine is, so if you buy ground beef and you cook it, you can't probably eat that if you have a histamine problem because it's bacteria, like when they grind it up. So I think that the burgers I get at Kroger are flash frozen. So I think they grind it, make them, and stick them in the freezer because I've never had an issue with those. But when you cook your meat and you stick it in the fridge or you slow cook your meat, anything that's a process where it's just sitting out, it's going to have histamine. And then, like egg whites are high in histamine. There's lots of foods that are high in histamine that people like to eat. And I'm like, I say like sardines. people with histamine cannot do the sardine challenge because they would get really, really sick. And hi, Angela. She is my neighbor. She lives like 35 or 40 minutes from me.
Yeah, that's what she. Well, she didn't say how far she lived from you, but she.
Yeah. When she emailed me, I was like, wait, I was talking about that in Kilt's Health. And she wants to know something that I said there. And I was like, she works at, and I'm not going to say where you work, but I was like, she lives local. That's so cool.
Oh my
So
God.
yeah, I want to do a meetup.
I actually had the same thing happen to me. Let me see if she's. I know she's in the chats. Let me go back to the live because I was actually in the.
I don't
There's a person
know.
I showed just before. Well, I keep on forgetting what her channel. Oh, here it is. So this person here, Jersey Shore Carnivore.
Might be on the wrong one.
Her name is Tammy Goff.
Okay.
And she's on with the Kilts, and she's also was in with SBG. And we found me and her actually went to, and we met Lewis, and we went to a meetup in New Jersey.
Oh, that's so cool.
And I just know her somebody from Carnivore, you know. Come to find out that her sister went to school with me.
What?
We were in the same
How
grade.
is that?
Yeah. Like literally, like we were in the same class and everything. So small world.
That's super wild. Yeah, it is a small world.
Small world. So
I don't think I'm live anymore. It says I am, but I don't think it is.
you're not alive?
I'm not live on Instagram. I don't see it.
No. Instagram is sort of like really strange anyway. So
It says
like
I'm
I
live,
said, the only reason I have it on there is so people that I went to school, like people literally went to school with, or people from my family can see, because they never really watch my YouTube. But they're always on Instagram.
Interesting. I am working on growing my YouTube channel, that's for sure.
So okay, so we're in the star category. So so some of these might not be questions, and some of them are questions for me, you know, but that's okay. You know, questions are questions. But Sandy says, please go ahead and eat, Christina. We love to watch people eat.
Yeah, it's so funny. If I sat and ate on my Instagram, they would totally like my video. So wild. Yeah, I saw that.
You think about it too. You know, I guess like if you're eating a salad, they would just like to see you eating a salad, but in like that horror type thing. You know? If you're eating a steak, it's like, yes.
Yeah, right. I like watching the videos that people are eating red meat for the first time, or for the first time in a very long time, and it just like they almost cry and they're like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Yes, it's so good for you. It's nutrient-dense food. You can't get that from vegetables, y'all.
And Terry P is saying we need to connect. I have the same pedometer.
You know, I had to buy a new one because this one actually reset itself in my pocket because the little thing's on the top, and it reset yesterday. And I was like, ugh, now I got to keep up with how many steps I've done. This is really crazy.
Yeah, I just used the one on my phone.
I don't like to have my phone on me, Thomas, because it's got, so I hardwired mine.
I usually do my video.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah. Wi-Fi, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know. Okay, so this is a question for me, I guess. Tom, what kind of work do you do for a living? I guess he's telling me about Amazon hiring. I work at a place right in the same complex as I do because I don't have a car. And to be honest with you, I would have to retrain my foot to be able to even drive a car. So I can't really go out too far, and it just doesn't make financial sense to take an Uber to work and spend $100 a week at the minimum in order to go to work, you know, like to pay my half of my paycheck. And so right now I just work at a place called Quick Check, and I'm actually there might be a good chance I might be getting a promotion, but I don't want to jinx it. You know, he said, like, we were talking about something 2 weeks ago and it might come true. Well, I don't know what we were talking about, me and my boss. So, so just cross your fingers and hope that's what it is. But, yeah, I mean, maybe once things pick up and I get a car and everything, then I will look into Amazon.
My friend's on here. Hi, Delphine
And which
from
one's Dan?
Arizona. Her name is Delphine7519. Hi from Arizona.
I
Hi.
think I marked that. Here it is.
Hi, Delphine. How's it going?
I had a feeling she was from your channel.
Yeah, that's so cool.
And Craig Turner, is Craig also from your channel too?
I don't know.
Well,
Maybe.
Craig is asking, are y'all going to be at Meatstock in Gatlinburg?
Yes, I've got my tickets. I'm going. Got my hotel booked.
Unfortunately, Craig, I will not be there.
Where do you live?
I live
Tell
in
us.
New Jersey.
Oh, so you're on the East Coast.
Yeah.
I live in Virginia, so you know.
I actually grew up, well, I didn't grow up in Virginia, but for about 3 years of my life, I was in Virginia.
What part?
Yeah, for about 4 years old to 7 years old. So I went to a school called Richlands, Virginia.
Oh yeah, you told me that. I think you told
Yeah,
me that.
yeah.
Where's that at? I'm in near Lynchburg, Virginia. So
It's, I don't really know. I have to look at the map. You
Richlands.
know,
Okay.
yeah, it's a coal mining country. It's like right behind the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. It's Blue Ridge Mountains.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm
Blue
not
Ridge
sure.
Mountains stretches pretty far. So.
Yeah, it does. Let me look that up.
The Waltons were actually stationed in the Blue Ridge Mountains. So let me just take that out. Oh, and this is just a statement from Terry P. I went in for HRT, and the guy was negative about animal base. I walked out, not giving him my business.
So, can I say something controversial?
As long as it doesn't get me kicked off.
It won't.
I'm just joking.
Okay, so let's talk about cortisol for a minute. When your body is under a lot of stress, your cortisol levels go up. When you take a HRT, the reason you feel good is because your cortisol levels go up. It's actually not so great. They're never going to tell you that.
No. Okay. Where was the controversy?
Well, because people think HRT is,
For me,
helps, it helps balance hormones. Well, really, all it's doing is raising your cortisol levels, and you just don't know it. And you feel good because you're like, oh, I feel good on HRT, but you don't realize it's actually burning out your adrenals because it's raising it too high.
No. Spanky, I noticed you. I just subbed to her channel, so
yay!
Up to your channel.
Come on down. And that's exciting.
And Rick just said you need to know Rick the Quack. And yes, I think she knows who you are, Rick.
I know who Rick is. I have pictures with him. I met him at Hack Your Health.
I mean, Rick, as soon as if you go to the Hack Your Health, as soon as I see you, I'm going to be like, Rick, come on, camera time. Come on.
Yeah. That's fun. So, I need to have him on my channel. I need to have him on my, so I have a podcast. So this is how I do it, y'all. I may be doing it wrong, but I have a podcast. So I started out with an audio podcast, and I was just doing solo episodes twice a week. And then I went to Hack Your Health and I met all the carnivores. And so I started bringing them on my channel, but my channel is so new. It's kind of like not really getting pushed out. And that's why I'm going to start going live on Sundays. But I started interviewing people, and it's called Carnivore Lifestyle for Women. So I take the video now and I get the audio of it, and I have to put that still on Apple. And then I do the other part on YouTube. So it's like a lot. It's a lot going on over here. A lot. But I have some really great interviews. Yeah. Really great interviews. I just interviewed Dr. Sarah Myhill yesterday. That was a fantastic and very controversial conversation.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I don't really know the name. So
okay. So
see her.
Yeah. So she is, and I told her before we got on the recording, I was like, hey, you're like a very tightly kept secret. We need to learn more about you. Hey, you guys, my name is Christina without an H. Just so you know, I know it's just a natural thing for people to spell it that way. I was at home in Mexico because they don't spell it with an H there. That must be where my mother got it from. But anyway, so I get on with her yesterday and I said, you're a really tightly kept secret. We need to hear more from you. So she has somebody run her Instagram for her and handle all of that. And then she's on other people's YouTube channels. But I heard about her because a guy named Todd Sauter, his name's Todd Sauter Fitness on Instagram. He actually reached out to me right when I got home from Hack Your Health. I don't know how he found me, but he was like, "Would you like to be on my podcast?" On YouTube. And I was like, "Yeah." So I did that, and then I follow him, and so I saw that he interviewed her, and I was like, "Oh, now I need to interview her." So I reached out to her. It took a little bit to go back and forth, but yeah, we finally got on. I've had it planned for like 2 weeks, and there was a time change. They actually went backwards in time, and we went forward, and so the time was off. So I'm just sitting there with my Riverside open, just praying she's going to show up. And so I'm doing other things on my computer, and suddenly I hear her voice, and I couldn't see her. So I like moved some things, and I was like, "Yes." So she showed up, and we got a really great interview done. So
Excellent.
can't wait to put that
I
up.
have to look that up.
Yeah.
You know,
Sarah Myhill.
I mean, how many interviews have you done so far?
28, I think. Well, I've done more than that, but I don't have them all up yet. Like I just interviewed Laura Lynch. I interviewed
That's good.
so
Okay.
Kelly Hogan's just went up, and she's trying to beat Karen Miles, because Karen Miles got 4.1 thousand views. And so I'm back and forth with Kelly on Instagram, and she's like, "I got to beat that. It's not working. Like, only have I think I have 400 views."
Karen is who Karen is.
Yeah, but she shared it. So she said to me the day she hopped on, she was like, "I was looking at your YouTube channel. You have some really great interviews on there, and some really like people on there, like some famous people." And she goes, "Why are your views so low?" I said, "What do you mean?" And she goes, like Karen Miles has got the most. And I was like, "She shared it. That's what happened. She shared it. That's
Right.
how I got that many views."
Yeah,
So she goes, she's been after it, sharing it. She shared it 2 days in a row. It's got 400 views, I think. So she's probably not thrilled. She wants to win. She goes, "I'm going to tell you right now, I want to beat her." And I was like, "Cool. You're going to have to make it happen."
All right. So I showed this before, but I'll show it again because I showed it when you were talking. Christina, I am also subbed to you. So that's number 2.
Oh, yay.
Subbing to you. And we'll get rid of that.
Let's see.
And hide it. And then
oh my gosh, I'm up to 768 subscribers as of right now.
And
it was 455 2 days ago.
Sandy just subscribed to you. My carnival mom.
I have 25 videos, so that means I have 24 interviews on there.
Yeah, I'm up to, you actually have more than me. I actually have 680, I think it is.
It just happened in the past 2 days. I don't know.
I know. You must have done something that got you. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
It's cool. So Kelly Hogan has 439 views on her interview, and Dr. Bright only has 108. I'm telling you, my channel is like being like shadow banned. I don't know what's happening. And then Bella has 144 views. That doesn't even make sense.
No, not for Bella. No.
No.
But she hasn't really been putting out that. But she does. Like, she does her shorts and stuff like that. But they're probably shorts that have always been around. So I don't know how much new content.
She goes, I know she goes live on her YouTube on Friday nights.
Yeah, but has she been doing that for the past few weeks?
I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't really. I don't know.
I mean, I'm working, but usually I'm home on Friday nights. It's just a matter of me going to bed early because Saturday I have to get up really early to go to work. So
yeah.
So Aaron just subbed earlier in the show.
Yay!
And then
you can follow me on Instagram too if y'all want. It's the same thing. my.carnivore.lifestyle.
I hope that I don't step on your heels, but yeah, I follow.
Don't. Yeah, go for it.
Kelly Broken Carnivore just subscribed to you.
Thank you.
And Amy, Coach Amy, Rockin' Coach Amy, Amy Davis is here.
Hi, Amy. I got to talk to you the other night. That's cool.
And she subbed to you. And
thank you.
Terry Girl just subbed.
If you guys want to go watch, I have 24. I have a video of me talking on there. I was just goofing off to see if I could riff for a few minutes about my, my beliefs in my business. And it turned out really good. And I like had glasses on, my hair was pulled back. I wasn't like dressed for it or anything. I just like hopped on there and recorded it. And I was like, oh, I got to put that out there. So it's not got very many views either. But yeah, I have James from Pluck Seasoning. He was the first interview I ever did. I interviewed Emily Penton, who went on carnivore and her bipolar disappeared. I interviewed Jenny Mittich, which was a great interview. She has about 2,500 views. And then I interviewed Karen Miles, which she has 4.4 thousand views. And I interviewed Maria Emmerich, and that has 1.7 thousand views. And then I interviewed Sally Norton. That was a great interview. And she has 464 views. I don't know what happened. And then Dr. Sean Baker, I interviewed him, and he's got 1.6 thousand views. And then I've interviewed some ladies that have another coaching business. I interviewed, shoot. Hold on, I'll click on it. I interviewed Lynn DeVokie. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Lynn DeVokie. Yeah.
Yep. And I interviewed.
People saying DeVokie, but there's no R.
I said it wrong, but I got it
right. I'm just
Julia Greenblatt was on there too. She was a great, fun interview. And then Dr. Bright and Kelly. And so I've done some more since then.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, I can't really I could name who I did, but I can give you a few names. But
how do your lives work? When you do a live, do you save it on there? Because I noticed some people don't save them. They like hide them or something.
Well, YouTube will automatically save it. So it's all saved in the YouTube icon, YouTube archives.
Yeah. But can people see it?
Yeah, you can see it anytime you want.
I think people hide them. They don't like keep them up because I've been on lives and they aren't on their channel.
Why would I hide it? I want people.
Not you. Yeah, exactly. I'm just saying, like, I was on with Dr. Nelson. I can't find that one. I don't know where.
Oh, you mean like, yeah, that would be kind of weird. I mean, I have the interviews I've done. I have it in my playlist of any interviews I've done. I've been on. I mean, I'm talking about like interviews I've given, but I've also been on interviews too.
Yeah, you were on Sean Baker's, right?
No,
were you on Sean Baker? Oh, not yet.
Sean Baker has never even.
You have to reach out to him.
Well, I sent him an email. He just hasn't responded yet.
You got to send him more than one. Send it to Stephanie.
Yeah. Well, I'm supposed to. One of my guests, not this week, but next week, Mark Enos, Coach Mark Enos. He says he knows Doc Baker, and he's supposed to talk to him too. So a few people are supposed to talk to him. So
that's cool.
I think it's like one of those things like where it's like you just have to give it time and stuff.
Yeah, but you got to follow up. So Ben Azadi told me he would be on my podcast. Okay. And so I've emailed them 3 times and I finally got a response. And they actually, I almost cried. They actually had on the bottom of it, "Here, would you like to be on his show?" And I was like, yes, please. So I had to fill out an application. We'll see.
He's definitely cool. And
he's awesome.
I just want to put this out on the screen because Delphine, this says it all: beef, butter, and salt.
Yes, ma'am. She is working hard at that. Yeah.
Yep. All right. So let me. Oh, I took it off the thing. Okay, there we go. I'm kind of getting.
Oh, look at that! Show Up Fitness is on here. What's up? Are you gonna keep this so you can make fun of me later?
Of course. Is this?
He makes fun of me, so I don't know if he's still on here, but it shows he joined. That's okay. I don't know if he's on My Carnivore Lifestyle.
Ooh, why did that get so small?
I don't know.
I hit the wrong button. Sorry about that. I'm guessing this is from your show, from your channel, Jenny Eve 8334.
Hey Jennifer, what's up?
I had a feeling. Hello everyone. This live just popped up, and I am so glad that people are actually subscribing to your channel. I hope that people from your channel are subscribing to my channel. So I hope it's both ways.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that people that are on my channel are subscribing to you. So let me go over to my starred, and so I'm going to show this first and then go to the next question. Hi Thomas and Christina, just got off of work. That's good. It's That means that
I
you're
see
working.
some things in here. I was looking, someone said, oh, where did it go? Oh, Dr. Boz told me she would be on my podcast, but that's been a long journey to keep emailing, keep emailing. I saw somebody said something about,
Actually, she was in Boston when I was in Boston, and
mhm.
I couldn't even get like 5 seconds with her. Like she just was so like she just had so many people around her that it was just like, but
Yeah.
and we got hello all off of work eyeballing a freaking ribeye. Okay. And Black Box Warning TV used to be Carnivore Science, I think. So
Oh, I know what I was trying to find. I can't find it right now, but someone said, you don't know Mitch. Oh, it says, who is Mitch? Who is this lady? LOL.
well, I didn't want you to get hurt.
Oh no, I need to. I've heard of this person. Okay, let me tell you a funny story. So I was at Hack Your Health, and I didn't know who Dante was. Like I had seen him before, but I guess I just didn't put the two and two together. So I'm standing there talking to him, and then I talked to him and his wife, and then other things happen, and then I'm at the dinner and I'm sitting with Jen and Carrie, and she's talking about Dante, and I was like, "Where's Dante?" And she pointed. She goes, "Right there." And I was like, "Oh, I didn't realize that." Wild.
Well, sometimes it just happens, I mean,
Yeah.
so it's a pretty well, not really interesting. It's not a carnivore story, but I actually studied hospitality management, and I was going to get a job like working in a hotel as a manager and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I ended up not doing it, but I've always been for years. I've done customer service and stuff like that. And this one day I'm working and I'm studying to do housekeeping management, and I'm working at night, and we're right near a concert, like a concert place that does concerts. And we had some, the people that were performing were at the hotel. And one day I'm
Hmm.
like outside and some people are like over by the ice machine. And I go over there to help them with the ice machine. I guess there was a problem with it. I don't remember. It's like 30, almost 30 years ago. And I start talking to him. We're talking about politics and everything. Like this is like when Clinton was president. So that's
Hmm.
what it was. And we're all talking and everything like that. And then we all go our separate ways. And one of the girls that, one of the housekeepers, she's like getting all like, she's a huge fan. She goes, you were just talking to the 9 Inch Nails.
Wow.
I had no idea.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah. So sometimes you just never know.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah.
So let me go back to the start. That's the only thing is like keeping up with like keeping it organized.
Hmm.
So I'm going to just get rid of this because I already showed it. So I'm going to show this. All right. So how long have you been doing YouTube? I've been doing it for 2 years and only have 600 subs. You are doing great, Christina. So it's a
Oh,
question and a compliment.
well, I got a lot of people on my channel that I was hoping. I've worked really hard to learn like SEO and how to write descriptions and how to properly link people, but I'm not sure. Just like getting on other people's podcasts
Mhm.
and sharing that I have a YouTube channel, I think. I also have about 110 ladies that listen to me on my podcast on Apple. And so I just told them Sunday, because I go live on Facebook and it does all kinds of weird things. And like I'll have to go back and start again trying to get in there. And they're waiting for me at 4. So I go live for an hour. And I told them while I was live, hey, I don't know, maybe I need to go to a different platform. And so I think Delphine might have started the whole thing, but she was like, somebody said, do it on YouTube and we'll come. And I was like, oh, so I have 110 ladies in there. So maybe some of them followed me. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm learning. So Karen Miles reached out to me a couple of days ago and said, hey, but you actually have to go to YouTube and respond to the comments. It took me 25 minutes to respond just to the Kelly Hogan video. And then I went over to Sean Baker's and I was like, yep, I can't do this right now. It's very time consuming. So I'm like,
It's hard
we
to
got to figure it
respond
out.
to all though, like
Yeah.
usually, I mean, I'm sort of like Mitch in that way. It's usually I just like if I do a response, it's like usually just I just like and put a heart, meaning like, I liked it and everything like that. Every
Yeah.
once in a while you get a comment, it's like, okay, I need to respond to this. But then
Yeah.
there's sometimes you get a comment and it's like sort of like, I don't know how to take that comment.
You
Like
could be like, what do you mean?
like no, well Mitch does a thing.
All right, who is Mitch?
I,
Somebody tell me
yeah,
who Mitch is.
I just say okay. Like if I'm not sure on how to respond to it, I just say
Oh,
okay. Like
interesting.
you made your point.
Well, if you want more engagement, you would want to ask them, so what do you mean? So
Yeah,
they could come back
but
and respond.
technically,
But
yeah, usually if I don't really understand, usually when I don't know how to take it, I don't really want more engagement. I just was like,
okay, please tell me who Mitch is. How do I find this person?
what, if you'd like, if Lewis is still here, Lewis, why don't you put Mitch's channel in there so then
Because I've heard people talk about him, and I don't even know where to start.
Old guy carnivore Mitch is what Amy is saying. Amy with IE, not with a Y.
Oh, Amy. Yeah, she was on my podcast recently. Amy Perrin?
That's cool. Yeah, she's supposed to be on she's supposed to be. That's something I don't really know. Okay. Would this be considered a podcast?
I think so, because if you look at Kelly Hogan, she has a YouTube channel. And I said, do you send this out to other podcasts? And she said, no, I just do YouTube. I was like, oh.
See, I always thought I don't know why I always thought this, because if you ever look at Kilt's podcasts, his podcasts are like with the guests there in the studio with him. So I always thought
no. My podcast is like, no, mine is on Zoom.
Okay, so because I've always had a hard time like explaining to people I do lives, and they're like, "What do you mean you do lives?"
No, I don't know if that's considered a podcast, but you could.
Yeah.
I think it's like they're basically the same thing.
I guess they're the same thing, yeah.
Well, with YouTube, the cool thing about doing lives is you're creating engagement, which YouTube sees you as creating engagement, and then they push your channel out to more people.
Yes.
So that's why I'm going to go live on Sunday. Yeah. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah.
Old guy carnivore.
I think and Lois just put it out, put Mitch's channel up on the thing. So.
Okay, hold on. Old guy carnivore.
Yeah. You could probably just click it from YouTube and just put it in. So I knew Lewis was still here. I felt his presence. So.
Lewis is awesome.
Yes, and he just said
oh,
he's going to be on Saturday night for Mitch's live stream. You can come on screen and meet him yourself.
Oh yeah, when is that?
Saturday night at 7
Eastern.
Yeah. Which would be it should still be 7 for you too, right?
Yeah, because I'm on the East Coast.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let me subscribe to him.
All right. Thank you, Craig. I'm glad that you came. And while you're doing that, I'm going to put a question that's for me from Paul Salvatera. Not suggesting this for you, Tom. Well, he says ton, but I'm hoping he's not talking about my size and he's just misspelled my name.
Yeah, probably.
But at times, a below-the-knee amputation, this is why I know it's for me, because will allow improved mobility. My son makes prosthetic legs, sees it at times. Yes. I knew about your son making prosthetics. I don't know if my toes gave me better mobility. I don't know. Unless he's talking about something else, like a full below-the-knee amputation or something like that.
Do you have like prosthetic or a special shoe?
I have a special, it's like an insert that goes inside the shoe, which makes it like you have to get special shoes and stuff like that because they don't fit in. It doesn't fit in every shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Here I can.
My grandma had her toes removed because of a rare blood disease, and she had to have special shoes that had like weight, I think, in the front, and they had like special something.
I don't know if there's really any.
It was a long time ago. She died a long time ago. She died like 40 years ago. So
Oh, so you were young when she died.
Hmm. Yeah, my little brother was 5. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that
That's
makes
right
sense.
there, and it just goes right inside.
Hmm.
And it just fills in the space where the toes are missing.
So
But
do
the
you have
problem is
balance issues?
I do have balance issues. Yes,
Yeah.
I do have balance issues. See, now I have one shoe on my foot and one shoe off my foot. So
Yeah. So do you just have the one foot that you lost your toes, or is it
yeah.
both?
Well, I have my one foot has lost toes, and then my other foot has part of the heel bone removed. So that's like about like maybe 1% of the heel bone like taken
Yeah.
out. It's still pretty intense, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. There's nothing really can, it's life still goes on, right? So,
Yeah.
um, and Lewis is driving around returning cats. Sounds
What
kind of,
is
it sounds catatonic there. I'm sorry, bad joke, I know.
so channels can be deleted on YouTube at any time for no reason?
Yeah.
What happened to Bill out in Alaska? His channel got taken from him, right?
Somebody hacked it.
How do you protect yourself from that?
Good
Because
question.
you can like verify yourself on like Instagram and Facebook, but they don't do that.
That's a really good question.
I'm wondering if you can verify yourself on YouTube.
And I just have to put this out there because it's not for either one of us, but it's funny. I just imagine
And you get
Lewis,
a kitty, and you get a kitty. Everybody gets a kitty. I want Lewis to know that my husband's home a lot, and he stays downstairs with that. I call her the kitten. She's actually
Well,
a
I'd
year.
love
She's
to
going to be
name
2
the
years.
one Scarface.
Scarface, yes. So Scarface came with his. All my animals came with their names. So I have a dog named Aggie, and she was adopted in Lynchburg or purchased. She was purchased. She's actually a Belgian Malinois, but she has shepherd markings. So they have her listed as a shepherd. She does not look like a shepherd. And then her owners got her at a year, and they took her to the pound and dropped her off. And she nearly killed herself. She wouldn't eat. She wouldn't go to the bathroom, nothing. So a lady had to adopt her and bring her home. She's an amazing. She's right there. She's asleep. She stays with her. There she is. That's Aggie. And then I've got Quavo. He's in the crate. He likes to be in a crate, y'all. He's so weird. I have another dog that likes crates. I have another shepherd out there that he won't come in here. And then I have 2 cats. And so Nolan is my shepherd that got shipped on a tractor trailer to me from Texas for I think it was like $180. They brought him up to me. And so then I have 2 cats, Quavo in the crate, grabbed a cat outside. And now she lives in the basement, and my husband's here a lot. And she sits on him, and she sniffs him, and she rubs all over him, and then she bites me when I go down there. So it's one of those things.
That's cool. That's cool. So let me see. So Lewis said that Milton loves Rick too much, enough to scratch him up, and So
You're talking about, is that his cat?
Yeah,
Milton.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Beverly is saying, talking about Bill Knott. He got hacked, has no channel. That's not actually true.
Yeah, he has a channel.
Bill actually does have a channel now.
And it's growing. Yeah.
It's within like a few days, it like kind of like probably did.
Yeah, because people were looking for him. Yeah.
I mean, look at Butter Bob. He's got over 100,000 subscribers now.
Butter Bob, is that what you said?
Yeah. He's somebody that used to be on. He was like one of the first ones, and then he left for like 10 years and came back. And
I've
then
heard of him.
Coach Amy.
Bob Briggs,
yeah.
Subscribe.
Bill Knott got a solicitor promising to secure optimize his channel, and he gave them access via logins and passwords.
Oh, you don't do that. You give them, you give them editor status. Yeah, but you give them editor. They can't delete videos or take over your channel. You don't give them your login. Yeah. Oh, well, at least he got a new channel up though.
Yeah. Think it's Daisy and Bill in Alaska. Yes, you're absolutely right, Beverly. Um, yeah, he is. But you know, he's back. He's stronger than ever, and at least this, you know, hopefully, you know, I don't think this ruined him in the way of like focusing on his health, and that's the most important thing.
So
And
the people took his channel, what would they do? They can't do anything with it.
no, they well, I remember I was like watching I have told this before. I was actually on my computer and I get a notification that Bill Knott is going live, that he's doing a live. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting because I know Bill's never been live ever. Like he's always done videos, but he's never been live like we are right now. And so I was like, oh, I gotta check this out, you know. And I check it out, and it's some guy selling Bitcoin.
Can you report that?
Well, I'm not sure if he did or didn't, or if he could or couldn't, you
Mm,
know, I don't really
yeah.
know. But, you know, that's pretty much what I saw. And I'm just okay, like it kind of made me like kind of turned off the Bill for a second because I'm like thinking to myself, like, Bill, I'm not interested in this. I'm sorry. I have no interest.
Wow. That's crazy. Oh my gosh.
But then a couple days later, I find out his channel was hacked. I'm like, okay, that explains it.
Mm.
Now I know, you know, because I'm thinking like, what's Bill doing with I mean, it's one thing, you know, if you don't want to go live, but to go live for the first time, that's how you go live. You start selling Bitcoin to people.
But you realize that somebody was,
Yeah.
like, doing something evil. People are not nice.
Yeah, and Sandy said she got the notification too. So,
Oh my gosh. That's scary.
yeah. And it's probably what it was. They probably advertised to him. He got unfortunately he fell into the trap and you know, that's how he got hacked, but it was probably somebody, you know. I mean, people think I'm very, very naive, but I'm not as trusting as people think I am. It takes me a while to really, you know.
Yeah, I mean, with me, I have people that talk to me about hooking up doing stuff to my YouTube, and I've done that before, but you never give them your login, you give them editor access.
Okay. So after years and years, I'm going around and round with the wife. I finally got her to get the cats off the dry cat food. They're
Mhm.
completely carnivore now, going through the withdrawals course. So I guess they're sick all the time and stuff like that, trying to get off of the
Yeah. My cat Scarface can't have anything wet or he throws up. He drives me insane. So yeah, I gotta keep him straight.
and it looks like Amy's saying he reported it and YouTube shut the channel down. So that's probably how he lost his channel because he made the report, so they just shut him down.
Yeah.
You know, which kind of sounds like they were punishing Bill,
Mhm.
but maybe it was more like a protection thing. Like, okay, this is the only way we can take care of it by shutting your channel down. You're just gonna have to restart again, type thing. You know.
Yeah.
And Spanky's complimenting that this is actually a really good show. Um, just seeing see a few people left viewing. That's fine.
Yeah, Instagram shut off the live. They do that after an hour.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
there's actually another person that came on Instagram, but I'm not really
I
sure who
can't
this. I'm not sure
see.
who this person. My Carnivore Lifestyle.
Oh, that's me.
I have no idea who that is.
I
So.
don't know. I'm trying to get back on there. Actually, I had somebody join who made fun of carnivores. I think he didn't say, but he made fun of me when I was in his classes, and he would pull up things and make fun of people. It
That's
bothered me a lot. Yeah, it would. Yeah, he pulled Bella up, and they taught a nutrition class on her, and I was like, I know who that is. And if you knew what you were talking about, you would know she has doctors inside of her membership that are talking to the people, not herself. So yeah, Bella gets a hard time, but
yeah. Well, I think we
yeah.
all, in most cases, get a hard time, but
But you know, because it's not the mainstream when you're talking about eating meat, you know?
Yeah. Well,
It's considered dangerous in the US, you know?
I'm looking and seeing. Okay, so just looking at my clock. It's nothing against you. I'm just
No,
looking.
you're good. You said that you had to get off at 4:06.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no one. He hasn't texted me or anything. I told him that when he contacts me, give me at least 15 minutes to get there. Now it's probably more like 16 minutes because I got to put my shoe back on.
Yeah, you better put your shoe back on while you're talking to us.
Well, I
It'll
can't
take
really
you an
do it.
extra
For some
minute.
reason, I can't put it on from this chair. It's just the way the height is and everything. So I'd have to disappear altogether to do it.
You're so funny. You crack me up.
Do I?
Yeah.
Just
Okay.
I pretty much asked every question that's in the chats that I saw. I don't know if you or Lewis saw any other questions.
So Paul asked me what time I'm going live on Sunday. It's going to be 4 p.m. And like, I still got to figure all this out, which I feel I'm doing it on Riverside because that's where all my stuff is. So I'm going to try and see. Maybe I'll have to go live on it as a practice run before Sunday.
Wasn't Riverside the place where the Music Man performed?
Mm-mm. Riverside. No, Riverside. Riverside's like StreamYard. They have
I know. I was making
You're making fun of me? What? Oh my gosh.
I'm just joking.
Okay, I'm reading. Let's see.
And Jack Young is here. Hey, Jack. How you doing?
Hey, Jack.
SBG friend here. Jack is asking, how has communities? I'm guessing he means who has communities? Oh, how's okay, he better ask it this way. How has community helped you?
How has community helped me?
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. I'm the weirdo over here in Virginia. Now, we do have a couple of other carnivores here, but it's hard when you don't have community and you've got people that are negative and ugly to you. So, having community is a powerful way. Where'd he go? Having community is a powerful way to keep your reason why you're doing what you're doing in the front of your face, in the front of your mind, so that you don't quit. Because it's easy to quit when you got nobody to back you. But when I went to Hack Your Health, I went there to meet my family. I went there so I could meet the people who understand how I live and why I do carnivore, because it's impossible. It's not impossible. It's not possible, but it is a little harder when you're not plugged in. Hello, what happened?
No, I left to put my shoe on.
Okay.
Told you I had to go sit on the bed because it's easier.
It didn't take a minute though. That wasn't a minute. But yeah, they were asking about that. So I said that community is the most important thing because that's what backs you, and making friends and staying connected. Like, I'm in Kilt's community because he has calls and we get to see each other and we get to encourage one another. Like Amy was on there talking about, her stuff. And I just wanted to say, you just need to not pay any attention to your doctor. You're putting too much energy into that. They won't bug you if you say no and you go, hey, I'm not doing that.
All right.
It's always something fun going on.
Yeah, I know. I live right above a laundromat. Well, I live above a candy shop too, but I'm also above a laundromat. And people don't always know that, hey, there's people that live above. Like, those are sounds you get like at 4 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to manage that. Yeah. I live in a neighborhood, but
you get used to it, but it's a little problematic when you're trying to do it live. And
I don't know if I would get used to that. That happens when you're sleeping?
It can, yeah.
Yeah, no.
Just thinking about, because but you'd be surprised how many people like they're just like regular customers and shoppers when you're like down there and you're like, yeah, I live right above, and they're like, wait, there's apartments up here.
Yeah, there's that.
So So Spanky is saying the community has been a godsend to me, have met a lot of great people and special people. I appreciate them all deeply. We appreciate you too, Spanky.
Yeah. It's incredible to have people that know you and that support you
Yeah.
in this life because it's hard. I ain't playing, it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to be. I'd love to do memberships of every, like be part. Like the 3 people I'm part of, that's basically all I can do. 2 of them are free too. So, well, right now the 3rd one's free too, but I'm sure that's gonna end eventually. But let me see.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I like that wearing kilts is pretty fun.
Yeah. Well, people have asked me like, well, what community would you recommend? And I mean, it really depends on what you're looking for, if you
Mhm.
think about it. But usually, like, I hate to say this, but like I have free membership with Bella because Bella, heard my story and she gave me the free membership.
That's nice.
I won the free membership with Carrie, um, on one of those contest things that he has, and then Kilts is always free,
Yeah, kilts is awesome.
So if you're not sure what community to be in, the one I'd recommend, and like I said, I love them all, but the one I'd recommend is probably Kilts, only because it's free all the time.
Mhm.
And to me, Kilts then would be a good starting point. Like, it'd be a good thing to do. You join the community, and if you want to branch out and you feel like, oh, this is helping me out a lot, and I like to see Kelly Hogan, or I like to be with Dr. Barry, or I like to do this, or then branch out. That's how I look at it.
Yeah. I didn't realize that Dr. Barry had a coaching school,
Yeah.
and I found out about that recently. Angela told me
Yes.
about it.
I wouldn't be able to afford it though. So
Yeah, it's
and from
it's
what
an
I hear,
investment.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, I think like it's over almost $5,000.
I think it's 3,400.
It's still close enough.
I'm just thinking, like, I want to know what the marketing is like, having Nisha involved and learning marketing and stuff. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Well, she does a lot of things on her own. Never mind with, like she's like her own element on her own, really. Think about it.
Yeah, but she's involved in all of that in
Well,
this
I'm not saying
coaching
she's not
stuff.
involved. I'm saying
Yeah.
she's her own icon,
Yeah.
That's what I meant by that,
Yeah.
Like when my mom was still alive, I used to work with Dr. Barry because I told the story a lot that the only way I could get her to do anything, get up and like let me help her get dressed and stuff like that, was if I put Dr. Barry on.
Hmm.
Like, because I think she just loved his voice and thought he was the sexiest man out there, and but she also watched Nisha too, like
Mhm.
me, and she'd be like, yeah, I guess she's okay. I guess
She's okay.
she's all right.
She's not Dr. Barry, but she's okay.
Yeah, like I used to make the comment that Dr. Barry is what got her to move and get up, and Bella is what put her to sleep.
Really?
Well,
Oh,
because
that's
of her piano
hilarious.
playing.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Wow, I'm getting blinded over here.
You're blinding me. Never mind.
I
me.
know, but like when I close them, it looks terrible. So
It's like,
I know.
I
It's
feel
like
like
really bad.
vampires are carnivore, right?
They drink blood. I guess that would be considered carnivore.
You see, you never knew that.
Did not know that. It's so bright.
I asked that question on a couple of comments, but no one ever answers it. I said, okay.
It's
Are
all right.
vampires considered carnivore?
That's wild.
I asked Kilts one time. No. I can just imagine when I ask my questions that there's crickets.
That's pretty funny.
I should like do that as like an after effect, like after no one answers, like for a while, just put crickets all around.
Hello, crickets. Yeah, the emojis. Yeah.
Oh my god! So I had a good time today.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah. I'm glad you came on my channel, and And anybody out here that, I'm sure you could email Christina. And if you haven't been on this channel and you want to be on here, definitely email either one of us. And I mean, I can't speak for you, Christina, but I'm sure that, we'll entertain the concept,
Yeah, if there's any ladies on here that want to come on my carnivore podcast.
Have you interviewed Erin? Booby
who's here?
Goats?
No, I don't know that
She would be a
person.
good person for you to interview. She has
Well,
10 kids.
oh, I would love to talk to her. So my email is hello@carnivorelifestyle.com.
Okay.
So you could definitely, oh, she left. Just 1 minute ago, she left. But yeah, she could email
I
me.
probably scared her off.
No, you didn't.
He's talking about me again.
No, she left before you said it. But yeah, anybody that wants to talk to me about being a guest on my podcast, you can reach out to me at hello@carnivorelifestyle.com. And I would love to chat with you about it.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And like I said, anybody else that wants to be
oh no, she's right there. Whisper that, Thomas. Whatever that means. Because she said bye and then she said whisper that, Thomas.
Whisper, bye everybody. That what you wanted me to do?
Yeah, so if she wants to be on my podcast, her name's Erin, right?
Erin,
you can email me. Yep.
Erin Boot. I told a friend of mine her name, and he's like, he couldn't, like, for like 4 hours, he couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, for her name on here. Yeah, that's pretty great.
Goats. I know Ken Berry actually gets a kick out of her name.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, and John actually says here, I miss the old days hanging out with Ken Berry around 2014 on his Discord. There's only a handful of us on there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's and then let me put that. No, bro, he whispered I had 10 kids. Get my email from Thomas later on. All right.
Okay, cool.
I can definitely forward her email to you. That's not a problem.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That's not a problem.
And how does she spell her name, Erin? E-R-I-N?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were going to ask me how she spelled Boopy, but
I already see that. What do you mean? Well, I think that the name gets a lot of
it does
a lot of a focus and attention.
And she could, when she goes on your chat, she could tell the story on how she became Booby Goats.
That's cool. I want to do that.
Pretty cool. It's actually a pretty cool story. So.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah, and
maybe healing is more important.
If you want, I can also send you Rick's email. If Rick's okay with it, I can also send you Rick's email too. So because you're saying something about having.
I have his number. Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, okay.
Yep, I met him in person. I got his info.
Well, I know you did.
Yep, I asked for all of it. Yep. So I have it. I've just been kind of busy. So I'm slowing down. I'm doing one podcast episode on Tuesdays. Comes out at 5 a.m. Eastern time, and then I have a YouTube channel that I'm actually going to go on there myself and record videos just talking about all the things I talk about. And I'll be putting out 3 of those a month and 1 interview. So we'll see how it goes. I'm still learning.
And
yes, Delphine.
Maybe healing is more important than weight changes. Absolutely.
What I teach is that when you focus on the root cause of your health issues and you take care of yourself and you nourish your body, weight becomes a side effect of taking care of yourself instead of the main focus. Because so many people come to carnivore as a diet that they want to make their body lose weight instead of seeing it as a healing journey that can get them all the things that they want if they just focus on having a really strong why and focus on what they're willing to do differently and what they're willing to give up. And they can just, plug into support. Like I have a Facebook group and the women come in there and I post things throughout the week. And then I teach on Sundays. We actually are going to do Zoom calls once a month. And so I started that last month and we do a call on the last Thursday of the month. at 7 p.m. and they all get to come on and we get to build community there. So it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah. So, and if you want me to be on your channel, I'd be more than happy to.
That
to
would be awesome.
yeah. I didn't really talk too much. I didn't really talk about my story because we're not here for me. We're here for you. So, that's why we go on each other's channels, right?
Yeah.
So, and Spanky's going to start doing strict carnivore for 90 days starting April 2nd. Right now, he's doing ketovore.
That's cool. So what's strict carnivore look like?
What?
I want to know what he thinks strict carnivore looks like.
Well, probably.
Like what version? What version is he going to do?
That's a good question.
Is it lion? Is it just animal products? Yeah.
You know what? I never got the term animal based, because to me, animal based is like how, I don't know. I guess I get it, but I don't get it.
So it just means carnivore,
like, but isn't carnivore animal based technically?
Well, so animal based means they're eating other things.
Right.
Like Keisha. So if they're animal based or meat based, they're eating other things and they're doing just a meat heavy diet.
Well, I know Paul Salvatierra is, or
Saladino.
Saladino. Oh, Paul is okay. I'm sorry, I'm confusing the two.
No, you're good.
He
went with honey and he does fruit. Yeah, I know.
That's sort of debatable. My family
okay, beef,
like,
butter, bacon, and eggs. Yeah, lion is too strict. Yeah, I did lion for 2.5 months, and I didn't really notice any major huge shifts or anything, but maybe it helped my histamine. So we'll see. I'm gonna eat a ribeye.
Rick says lions eat pigs, though. I have a feeling a lion will eat whatever's in front of him if he's hungry enough.
I think so too, but I
don't think a lion would really care.
Right, but I think the purpose of the lion diet for us is to reduce inflammation and get the body back to a baseline, and eating pork's probably not the best way to get there. So like bacon, I have an issue with bacon. I can't eat it, and I think it's like crack. If you cook it and you make it crunchy, it's like you could eat the whole thing. So I don't eat anything that like leads me to want to do that.
I mean, I think that I'm sorry.
Is that you having to go to work?
No, it's not work. Let me get that. Let me hang up on it. It's okay. So
iguana, duck, and parking lot chicken.
I can tell you who it was. I get my CGM supplies. I used to get from this company, and they gave me the hardest time on renewing on ordering my meds on my CGMs. And so I finally talked to the doctor, and he got it switched over where the prescription went to my actual pharmacy. So I no longer use them, but they keep on calling me about 15 times a day to renew my subscription, my order. So,
do you answer it, or do you tell them to cancel it?
I mean,
they won't listen.
Hang up. They just don't get. I pretty much told them you guys messed up, so I don't need to order from you guys anymore. But they still, I think it's an automated thing, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, it probably is.
Yeah.
Saladino is too fruity for me. Iguana, duck, and parking lot chicken. Yep, Rick.
Well,
how many iguanas do you find down there, Rick? I'm just curious.
Finds a lot. But
people they just live there, or people let them go? I don't understand. I thought that was a domesticated thing, so I'm not sure.
Well, I actually had an iguana when I was a young kid, but
you bought it at a store. It doesn't want to something you went outside and brought inside. Depends on the season. Okay, I'm not sure. I can't eat a lot of bacon because of the spices. Pork belly. Oh yes. Yeah, I don't eat pork at all. Doesn't agree with me. Iguanas are invasive. They were taking over. How did that happen? Did they just have a bunch of them loose, and then they just start making babies and running around? I mean, I don't understand how you get iguanas. I guess that's a thing in Miami, right? Is that where you are?
Rick is in Miami, yes.
So is it an iguana problem in Miami only? I've never really heard of that. People let them go. Yep. And they start breeding. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. But gosh, if you have a lot of them, that's weird. Well, so they don't just animal control doesn't come through there and try to catch them, or is that bad? Is that out of control? I was always interested in knowing about that when I heard you eat iguanas. But the one that you killed the first time was trying to like it like charged you, right? You didn't just hit it because it was in your yard, right? I think that you had to kill it maybe.
I'm sure Rick like saw food in his eyes, you know.
All South Florida is full of iguanas except my area.
Yeah, because you ate them all, Rick.
Yeah, you ate them all. That's wild.
You ate 'em all. Lewis is asking me if I switched to Dexcom 15. I'm not sure what day stands for. No, I
15
haven't.
day.
No, I have. Oh,
What CGM do you
okay.
have?
The CGM I have, the 16 CGM I have is oh God, I forget which one I have, but it's a 10-day one. No, I'm still on the 10-day one, Lewis. I have to actually talk to my endocrinologist, and I don't see them until April.
I was thinking about using one of those, but I don't know if it would help me. I mean, just like for a little while to see like what happens when I'm sleeping. I
Okay.
have a Keto Mojo.
Is
So I
that the
just
one? Is that the monitor
you
thing?
just prick your finger. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the ketone and
it's this
glucose.
one I have for keto.
Yep, I have mine in a case too. Yep.
Yeah. Well, most of them probably come in cases, I would think. But
The first one I killed was eating the papaya here. Okay. And then you decided to cook it.
whatever it took, Rick. Whatever it took. You know, when was it? What happened that you had your first Muscovy duck?
Tell that story.
He was actually on my channel the other day, on Saturday.
Oh, that's cool. You're doing them on Wednesday and Saturday.
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to, but I mean, the thing is, my boss didn't tell me what he was talking about exactly, but he's like something we were talking about 2 weeks ago. Like I said, I mean, it's not like I don't talk to him about other things. So I'm like, what were we talking about 2 weeks ago? So that's the only thing that I could think of is that, there might be a good chance I might be getting promoted to coffee manager, which will mean more hours and stuff. So let's cross our fingers.
That'd be
And one
more
thing I do
money.
know is coffee. I don't know much about the deli. I don't really do anything in the deli. So for me to become deli manager would be
Well, I'll pray for you
yeah.
that you get that position.
Yeah, it's not gonna. I don't think it'll really give me a big raise,
Well,
Spanky,
more money. You
but
work
it will
more
give me
hours.
more. It will probably give me more hours. It'll give me guaranteed hours because I think the
Yeah.
minimum is like about 30 hours a week. So it'll help out in that.
Oh, he was attacked by a duck and he killed it. Accidentally killed it. And then he decided to eat it. Well, of course, it's free food, right?
Right.
Coffee manager. Boom. That's
That's
exciting.
just high enough so you're not like really stressing out. It's like
Yeah.
you know.
Sounds like a pretty decent thing.
Yeah, I think the only thing I would really have to learn, there's a couple things I have to learn. Like I'm not really sure how to use the cappuccino machine because I never had to use it.
Yeah.
So I'll have to learn that, which shouldn't be that hard. I used to work for a gourmet coffee place, so
Wow.
probably the same difference. Yeah, but now it's now turned into a comedy club. So it's
Iguanas live in the desert.
place in Point Pleasant called Uncle Vinny's Comedy.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
He said he loves ducks. What do you mean? You love ducks that you eat or you love ducks? Oh, they're cute.
I think he loves ducks. Oh, they're cute because
He
he
just
likes to
so
see
he
them.
only killed and ate one.
He likes to see them on the chopping block.
Oh, that's why he loves them. Okay, I got you now. I'm following you.
Let me see. So yeah. Yeah, like I said, I saw a few of your videos. I glanced at a few of your videos. Like I said, I saw Bella and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think if you were there too. I saw Karen. I met her on a Zoom call that she did for New Year's.
I was there. Yeah, I was there.
Okay. so yeah, I guess we were both there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I met a few people there.
it was cool.
I'm trying to think, was there anybody else there that I should know?
Jenny Middich came, I remember at the
Oh,
end.
yeah, and she's gonna be on my channel,
Yeah.
in a few weeks. So, yeah. She couldn't do a Saturday, though, so we had to put her in on Friday.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
hopefully my job won't, like, sneak me. 'Cause normally I don't work nights, normally I work, day shift, but to
Yep.
give me more hours, he had to put me on some nights too.
At 6 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, it's 6 o'clock and he hasn't called or texted. So, yeah, what happened was he said, what was happening was there was a young lady that was like kind of like she may or may not want to go home early.
Mm.
And I said to, it's not that I didn't want to work, but I said to him, I said, well, don't tell them that you have me backed up. You have me as a backup. Because if you tell them that, then they're gonna think automatically like, "Oh, I can just go home. I don't have to stay."
Mhm.
And that's not right either, you know?
Right.
So, if they need to go home, then the person, because he's not working right now, he's at home himself. So, the assistant manager can give you a call, say, "Hey, this person needs to go home early," and then you call me up and then I can come. But, so they're probably thinking like there's nobody to relieve, and so they're working the time that they're supposed to be working. So, and Rick is saying something about the Bella lady doesn't seem to socialize with the carnivore community. Saying the Bella lady sounds like you're like oh God, what's his name? Jerry Lewis. Hello, Bella lady. Can you just imagine saying that to her? Like, what? So, I'm just trying to think of things I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to think of things to say.
Oh, it's funny.
Do you have any questions for me? I know it's kind of reverse, but
Do I have questions for you?
yeah.
Yeah. So tell me how long you've been a carnivore.
Full-fledged or on and off?
Full-fledged.
Full-fledged, I became a full-fledged carnivore January 1st, 2025.
Okay.
So about almost 15 months, I guess.
Yep. Yeah. And so what brought you to carnivore? Like what made you want to do that? And who told you about it?
Well, I mean, I heard about it throughout, what probably got me into it was, I saw from Sarah Hallberg, I saw a video with her talking about how fats with the insulin and how carbs raise the insulin and all that stuff. And, Rick's asking me to talk about the Heart Attack Burger Challenge. Okay. Oh, there's a question for you.
Oh yeah. So will I be posting times for the Zoom and live events in your Facebook group? Yes. So the Zoom, I'm emailing that to everybody in the group. So we have to make sure people are signed up for that. And then the live events, I'm gonna change my thing from Facebook to YouTube, and that'll be going. I'll probably put that up Friday to let them know. But yeah, I try to put everything in the posts inside the Facebook group.
Okay. Yeah, so, I'm sorry, kind of interrupted myself, didn't I? Don't get old.
Don't say that. Age is just a number.
Yes, it is.
It's the lifestyle that you're living that's
I
important.
mean, if you really want, look at Dr. Schultz,
Yep, 70 years old.
You would never funk it with the way he is. I mean, he's like a little kid,
Because he enjoys everything and he makes everything fun.
Yeah, he enjoys life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So don't say old.
you're
I'm
younger
not
than me.
old. I'm actually 52 and I'm not old, so don't call yourself old.
Well, I guess it depends on who you're talking to. I'm
Facebook
sure.
is still a thing. Well, I have a Facebook group.
Yes, Rick, it's still a thing.
Yeah. He is the ultimate carnivore lifestyle
And he's going to be
enthusiast.
on, have you had Dr. Kilt on your channel yet or no?
He's going to be on my channel in like May, I think.
Cool.
We were supposed to, like, Dr. Nelson was supposed to be on there, and I don't know about Dr. Nelson. I have to
Dr.
look.
Nelson's pretty, I had him on my channel.
He's great. I think Dr. Kilt is supposed to be on my podcast on May 20th. I don't know. It might be May 6th. I have to check because, I'm coming back from Meat Stock. I think it would be pretty cool to have him on right after we come back from Meat Stock.
Oh, yeah, because you have something to talk about in there.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I had Dr. Nelson on my channel a few months ago, and he got a kick out of because I kind of did like an advertisement for him to be on, and I used the Addams Family theme song. So
oh, that's funny. Did you advertise for me to be on? Not really. I don't know how to do this.
It's like just Dr. Nelson. I just saw the just
He's
I felt
funny.
Like, I had to do the Addams Family theme song. And,
that's pretty wild.
Yeah, so he loved that, and then I don't know if I should do a thing for Dr. Kilcher. I don't know what I would do really.
You should advertise it.
Yeah, I just don't know what to make it comical, like
I mean, I put on my Instagram that
I put in the posts. I just did it like an extra, like I did a short video on it. That's what I meant by that. Yeah, because they always say that he looks like Uncle Fester.
Oh, yeah. Mitch is another great carnivore YouTuber. I wonder if I can get him on my channel. No.
If you do, more power to you.
All right, I'm going to try.
Yeah. He pretty much does not do interviews.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, at least he didn't do them for me, so I don't know. Maybe he just, but he might like you better. So I don't know.
That's hilarious. Okay. Super. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know.
Yeah. We could do a betting pool on it. Like, how many people think that Mitch is going to go on?
I don't want to do a betting pool. I just will reach out and see.
No, I meant the people in the chats. Right, so I'm looking. So you were asking me, yeah. So I got started because I was. She kind of like planted the seed, Sarah Hallberg, and
I don't know who that is. Sarah.
She's a
Is she on Instagram?
Well, she's passed away now.
Oh.
Yeah, she passed away a few years ago, but she did a TED talk about how how fats don't really raise insulin and don't cause insulin resistance, and how carbs actually raise them. So when I thought of that, carbs raising it and fats, it just dawned on me like carnivore seems like the most logical diet for a diabetic. And I think the fact that like when you get so bad that you lose your toes, and I think the one thing that got me to really, really like think about it, like was Spanky goes, Christina 85%, Thomas 15 to get Mitch on for an interview. That's my guess. Okay, that's
right. Okay, we'll see. I don't know. I'm late to the party. I just learned who he is, so
Yeah, it's okay. Let me try to think. So I think what made me, I had a situation at the rehab. I've never really mentioned this. You're the first person I'm telling this to.
Okay. Well, there's more people than just me here, but yeah, go ahead.
You know what I mean. Basically what happened was I just had my 4 toes removed. I already had the 5th toe removed before that. And I'm in the rehab, and I'm not supposed to get off the wheelchair. I'm not supposed to get out of the bed. Like I'm supposed to get help in order to go into the bathroom. And I had to go to the bathroom really bad. At least I felt it was really bad. And I call is in the middle of the night, 12 midnight, and I call for somebody to help me. It took them almost 3 hours.
You're kidding me.
To come to help me. So I can't hold it anymore. I'm not going to go. I'm not going to have an accident. I'm sorry. So I got up and I walked to the bathroom. And they're like, well, you're not supposed to do that. And I'm like, well, you guys took 3 hours.
Yeah.
to come out.
You shouldn't have to hold the bathroom for 3 hours waiting on somebody.
You know? And so I thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? I think that was like the thing was like, okay, I got to do something about this.
Mhm.
This is, I can't, this is ridiculous that, so I think it was the embarrassment of just the whole thing that was just, that just kind of said to me like, hey, something has to be done. And so I mean, at that time I was more on and off because sometimes, like you just have a hard time figuring out how am I going to do this? What am I going to do?
Yeah.
And when you go into rehabs, I can tell you right now, for the most part, they don't make it easy to go carnivore. They don't make
No.
it,
Even if you try to do it and try to outsmart their kitchen or whatever,
Yeah.
they still just want you to be on carbs.
Well, in the end, I pretty much just like when I went the last time, I pretty much told the doctor, I said, okay, there's a request I have. And he's like, okay, whatever. And I said to him, I said, I do not want to be on your diet. I
Mm.
know I'm diabetic. I know, but I don't agree with your diabetic terms. I don't agree with what you guys feel is diabetic diet.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me do my own diet. You're not here to treat my diabetes. You're here for me to go for an operation, for you to close my foot, and for you to help me while I'm healing.
Mhm.
That's it. I already know how to lower my blood sugars and stuff like that. And so he agreed. And funny thing is, my blood sugars were no more than 120.
Wow.
And I was doing really, really well at that time, and you go on and off with carnivore. It's a journey again. And then one doctor thought she was going to be fun, thought she was clever, and she put me back on the diabetic diet that they do. And my sugars went to like
So
2.
what's the diabetic diet they do? Tell me.
Well, diabetic diet that they do would be like eating carbs,
Oatmeal.
like that. And it's funny, they're so hypocritical. They're like, oh yeah, you go on a low carb diet, but then they give me like oatmeal, they give me rice, they give me pancakes,
That's going to raise and spike your blood sugar and your insulin. It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. It's sort of like a vicious cycle if you think about it.
It's actually, I don't want to, I can spell it, PHARMA. That's what it is. Pharma.
Pharmaceutical. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to say that. But yes, that's what it is. They run the whole system.
Yeah.
They want to treat us.
I mean, yeah, it's a vicious cycle. It's they have you eat carbs so you could take insulin, and they give you insulin so you can eat carbs. It's
exactly boom.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So many people don't get it, but like even when you tell people that,
this is what you need to teach people because you're diabetic. You can speak this.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've told people, and again, some people they listen, they hear, but sometimes they have to be kicked behind the head to hear, and you can't.
I mean, honestly, carbs are addictive.
Yeah.
They're not meant to moderate. They're meant to avoid. Dr. Sarah Myhill said that's an addiction, and she said you don't want to have them around. Yeah. And she explained like how back in the day they only had them like in the fall, and they weren't anything like what we have now. And then they would go away. So she goes, you were a carnivore the rest of the time. So it just doesn't make sense that we've been sold a bill of goods that we need these foods. Before they changed the pyramid or the food plate or whatever you want to call it, it was 6 to 11 servings of carbohydrates a day. That doesn't even make sense.
I know.
I know. My dad went to the hospital for stents. He had to get, they wanted to do open heart surgery, but he wasn't a candidate. They were like, yeah, you wouldn't make it through that. But they said, we have to put heavy duty stents in. You need 6. We're going to do 4 because we don't have the time because it would take too long to do it. And they put him on bags of pretzels. He couldn't chew because he didn't have teeth. They put him on all kinds of carbs. And before that, he wasn't doing any of that stuff. So it's wild to me, the nonsense. And then I want to say, I don't know if you know this, but so natural sugars and processed sugars, the body doesn't know the difference. So when you eat sweet potatoes or you eat a bowl of candy, the body does not know the difference. So Yeah, it's frustrating because I had a debate with some family members trying to save someone, and I'm just going to have to let that go and let them prove the point that it's making that person die. And they just going to have to die. I can't save them. I can't help them because they are adamant that they're doing the right. They're eating organic sweet potatoes, Thomas.
Yeah.
That's healthy.
Well, of course.
You know, I mean, it couldn't possibly be making any health condition that they have that has rapid cell growth worse.
And Delphi makes a good point here. We are told to lower sugar by mainstream and not told that carbs turn into sugar.
Exactly.
Yeah. And what we're also not told is, and I'm not trying to demonize it because I mean, some people do still do it. Vegetables count in that category.
They do
You
turn into
know, they're a
sugar.
carb, whether you
Yep.
like it or not. So that vegetables turn to sugars too. You know, which is why carnivore, sometimes you have to become strict carnivore, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, like, you know, but I mean, going, you know, I mean, I think I mentioned this, but I kind of like want, because I've been getting depressed and everything like that. And when I get depressed, I sometimes will go off kilter a bit,
Mm-hmm.
you know. I mean, I'm not like a whole hog wild, don't get me wrong, but you know, I just like will have like a piece of bread here or something like that, you know. And the other day, and this is what a lot of people don't realize, you know, it's kind of funny that people tend to think they're doing you a favor when they give you something that you don't, when they know that you don't want to have, like you don't
Yeah.
want to have the full thing of it. And the other day I went to the pizza place and did not get a pizza. I always get like a thing of like, they have like fresh mozzarella. So sometimes I'll get some fresh mozzarella or something like that and some pepperoni or whatever. Or, you know, or anything like that. But I don't get pizza. I don't get any of that stuff. You know, or a seltzer I'll get just because it's downstairs. And I just give them some business. You know, just like I do just like to do candy store and just get coffee. And but this day they have these really good fresh like dinner rolls, like delicious dinner rolls. They're about this big, you know, and they're hot. And they had some dinner rolls that were like piping hot, just out of the oven, like nice and, you know, nice, beautiful dinner rolls. And yes, I don't eat them very much, you know. So I'm like, you know what? I think I'll have one. And they know what I'm doing. They know I'm carnivore. They know I have a channel. They know all that stuff. And I even told them, I said, don't please, if I ask for something like that, don't have, you know, like just give me what I asked for and that's it. Don't go any more than that. And it's my fault. I 100% agree. It's my fault that I had anything at all, and or ordered it. I'm going to say or ordered anything because there's a. So I go in the bag, and he gives me like 3 rolls, and he's saying he's doing me a favor, you know, and everything. And I asked for like 10 pats of butter, which the butter's actually okay, you know, it's real butter, and you know, because I figure 1 roll, 10 pats of butter, that's a lot of butter for that roll, you know?
Yeah, right.
And, but he's giving me 3 rolls. And you know, the thing is I think he was doing because he thought he was doing me a favor. Well, just give me what I asked for, you know?
Yeah.
And, you know, again, it was my fault, but you'll be happy to know as soon as I saw 3 rolls, I thought to myself, like, okay, you know what? I'm just not gonna have any of it. And I just threw the whole thing away.
Good for you.
I didn't have any of the rolls. So I did order it, but I didn't have it, you know. And you know, it's just, yeah, but I mean, like, no one would ever think to give me, you know, like, hey, you know, like, do you want some more? Do you want another burger patty? You know, like, no one
They don't ever offer you like, hey, want some more beef? Want some more, you know, want some more tallow or some fat?
You know, and I like I had another guy one time, which I told early on that actually came to my door to give me pizza. He actually bought a large pizza, came to my apartment door, and then he's like, and I said to him, I said, well, you know, I told him all about being carnivore, and he's like, well, you know, you know, like I bought this pizza and it's too much for me. I can't have it. I'm like, well, then why the hell did you buy it?
Yeah.
You know, like what were you thinking? You know, and so you get like people think that they're going to, or like when you're at a party, oh, here, have some cake. You know, here's a big slice. 'Cause and I love this term because you deserve it.
Mm.
Like, how do you
Saboteur.
how do you know I deserve it?
Exactly.
Like, how do you know that I deserve it? You know, like it's well, like the other guy that like John Stud was like saying, like how I eat all these crap foods and everything like that. I never, ever. I'm always honest. If I do something, if I go off kilter or something like that, because I always say why I went off kilter.
Mm-hmm.
That I was probably depressed and stuff like that. And finding out that a D3, a vitamin D deficiency can cause depression.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that explains a lot. You know, like my D intake was 13.3. So you don't want to go any lower than
Yeah, Dr. Myhill was talking about that and needing vitamin D. She said vitamin D will help with histamine too.
yeah, I just got a prescription from the doctor, but not for D3, for D2. But
I wonder what the difference is.
you know, I never understood that either. I just got a text from Lewis.
What?
Let's see what he just he just attached. He just sent me a new T-shirt idea. Wouldn't that go to? I wish there was a way I could show it. Let me see. Hold on one second. Share image. Put it up to my mail. All right. To me. Sorry. All right. So I just sent it to myself, and then I'm going to. Sorry about that. Just a few steps I have to take.
Jamette, is that Jamette? Said,
You can call her Juju.
oh, Juju. Okay. Hi, Juju. She said, Christina and Thomas listening has been ill. Both awesome. And then she said, sorry, typo, Christina. Hi, sweetie. Hello. Thomas, wow, good to know about vitamin D. Doctors say vitamin D won't work without magnesium. Any thoughts? Oh, look at
that. Yeah, I'm not really sure. That's what Lewis just sent me. So that would be more for Rick. So Rick.
Coach Angela said D2 has to be converted. We use D3. So D3 would be better for him. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it is. And I do have D3 from Lewis. So. Oh.
And where'd you get that from? D3.
Lewis actually got it for me from Amazon, I think.
What kind is it, Lewis?
I can show it to you. Let me get rid of the screen here. Oh, duh. That's not getting rid of something.
Is it liquid?
Opposite. No, it's like gels, like gel caps.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
so it's D3.
I mean,
K2.
It has the
10,000,
and then this is what the doctor prescribed for me, which I don't know if you can see the
50,000.
Yeah, but it's
2, so it doesn't work the same. Yeah, vitamin D3 without magnesium, doctors say won't work. Okay, I saw that already. Hold on, something just blimped. Oh, I thought something else popped up, but no. Oh yeah.
All right.
What's the difference?
I'm not sure about
the body?
It should work with the magnesium, but.
So you have what's the difference in how the body uses fructose and glucose? Like if I were to eat rice and fruit.
There's really not, believe it or not, I don't think there is much difference between the two. You know, I mean, I do know fructose doesn't usually show up on your CGM. So a lot of times fructose will, like, the damage is more right directly to the liver. So I don't, that's one of the problems it has because, to the naked eye, you're probably not seeing the damage right away. Like it's weird. But that's how I understand it.
But they both raise your blood sugar, right?
They both raise the blood sugar, but in two different ways. Yeah. Like, well, fructose, it does, but it just doesn't show. For some reason, your blood, it doesn't show up on the blood stick, so it doesn't go directly to the blood. It's like, to tell you the truth, I don't know the whole.
I mean, I know that it raises blood sugar. That's all I need to know.
Yeah, I mean, it still does. Let's put it this way: it still does damage. It actually, it's like pretty much like that direct line right to the liver, and still does damage to the liver. So, and hello, Farrell. That's one to. That's the sound I make whenever I'm looking at something.
And a lot of people do stuff like that. It's very interesting.
It's like I'm shooting a gun or something like that. So, did you get any new subscribers since?
Let's see. So I have I'm at 761.
That's good.
Yeah.
So you got quite a few.
Mm-hmm. It's moving. Very exciting.
Yeah. Actually, I agree, Angela. I think that Dr. Berry did say that. And let me see. What is our stance on seed oils? Do you really need to ask what my stance is, or?
Seed oils are a toxin to the body.
Yeah.
Not good.
They're useless. I mean, the fact is, they started off as engine lubricant.
Yeah, exactly.
So that should say it all.
Can be good.
Yeah, can you imagine that conversation? Think about it for 1 second, okay? Here it is, you're using an engine lubricant, and a bunch of people are around, and they're trying to think like, how can we make more money? And some guy's like lubricating his engine, and he's like, you know what? This stuff looks like it would be really good for people to consume.
Yeah.
And I think it would be a really good thing for people to ingest into their bodies. Let's sell it and put it in a different container. Yeah.
Yeah, that's genius. And put it in a different container. Yeah, let's do that.
Let's
Because that
put it in a
makes
different
sense.
color, put it in
Oh my gosh. That's about right.
Yeah.
That's very scary, actually.
It is. Angela said she had to throw away her entire batch of yogurt. My appliance decided to turn off while I was at work. Oh, sorry, Angela.
Not good.
It probably happened to all of us, though. I've never done a 10-day fast. I have done a 5-day. I don't really have a full opinion about it. I mean, fasting is actually what helped with my gastroparesis. Do you have any opinions about fasting?
Myself? You asking me? So
Well, you're the only one here.
my stance. Okay, so my stance on fasting in midlife is I think it's hard on women's bodies because they have a lot of other things going on. And I think that carnivore is actually a way to get your body into autophagy, which is the whole purpose of fasting. And so I think that it's a lot less harmful or stressful on the body, especially when they have hormone issues, a lot of things going on, to not fast. I mean, fasting, let's say they eat at 4:00 and they don't eat again until like 9 a.m. That's a fast. That's not as hard on the body as all the other things, but that's just my take. That's my experience.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really. Right now, I'm not really doing any fasting because I'm part of that program with Dr. Phil from SPG, and he doesn't want us to do any fasting. He just wants to do 2 MAD. So so basically I'm just doing that. But I've done my what's the word? My sweet spot is 3 days. Like,
And so what happens to your blood sugar when you do that, and then when you come back from doing that and you start eating?
not much. I mean, you would think that my blood sugar gets so low that it just, I mean, I just don't need the insulin as much, you know.
Mhm.
You know, like when I like as I'm doing the 3 days, that my need of the insulin gets less and less, you know. But it stays, it probably doesn't go any, like it doesn't drop like crazy. My insulin drops mostly because I have the insulin, not really because, you know,
Hmm.
like the other day, I'll give you an example. The other day, I did have to actually have something, you know, because it went so low. And I was at work, and before I went to work, I took some insulin. I took about
Mhm.
15 units of insulin, but my sugars when I woke up in the morning were like 238. They were really high
Wow.
for my standards. A few years ago, a couple of years ago, 228 would have been 238 would have been where I wanted, or it was like kind of like an achievement, you know. But now it's like no, I don't. It's way too high for me, you know. And
Yeah.
because at that, you know, like when I first had it, there was a time when they were like 400 or 500, you know. So 238 would have been like, oh, this is good, you know. And so I took some insulin, and then I went to work, you know, just before work. And all of a sudden it went down to like 47.
Wow.
Yeah. So obviously I had some, you know, I got myself I forgot what I got. Oh yeah, I got myself just some cherry soda, the sugar-free cherry soda just to get a little sugar. And that raised it back up. Don't worry, it didn't raise it up a lot, just went up to like 80. And so
Wow.
that was fine, you know, but you know, so that tells me that the even though my sugars were so high, I didn't need the 15 units of insulin
Okay,
to
I'm
bring
coming.
it back down. I mean, I think even half of that would have been okay,
Yeah.
you know? So I mean, it's experimentation, you know, like he goes about like, you know, the protein and all that stuff, like kind of low on the protein, and you get kind of confused too because it's going back and forth. And I can't be at every meeting because I'm working
Yeah.
all the time. So
When are those meetings?
there's Zoom calls. So it's like you have to be part of SBG and everything to be
Yeah.
part. Sandy's telling me the doggy has to go.
She's like, she's
It's
come
not
over
my
and she's like, "Meow."
Yeah, but why is she telling me that? It's not my dog.
She's just saying, hey, yo. The dog is trying to say something. She's like, Mom.
No, or maybe she's like telling me so I can tell you, like, hey, why don't you let your dog out?
Oh, yeah. She wants me to walk her in the backyard. So, see, she doesn't look, she looks like a shepherd by markings, but she's a Belgian Malinois. Look at her.
Oh,
She's going to bark at me.
er. You know, I
She
had
can't hear
my
you.
dog that we had was part beagle and part German shepherd.
Yeah.
That's a pretty weird mix.
Really smart dog. Very smart.
I think they're all smart until they do something dumb.
Until they do something dumb. Yeah. That's how it works. All right. I see you.
Yes. All right. Well, that being said, when we end this then, and so you let her out. All right. So everybody, as we always say, okay, live, love, heal, and for God's sakes, people, eat the meat.
Eat the meat.
Yes.
I do